Now, and for the school year, Governor DeSantis announced record increases in teacher pay. The governor has called Florida's education system the best in the nation. Yet a common refrain from people inside education circles is that our teachers are some of the lowest paid in America. So which is it? Today on CBS 12 News, we're looking into the numbers to see if Florida really is making the grade when it comes to compensating our teachers.
It's actually been a really great year for me because my class is really great.
Renee Hawk teaches second grade at a public school in Palm Beach Gardens. She loves her students, but admits being a teacher these days is pretty demanding.
Now I feel that we have a lot of hats to wear as professionals, not just expected to do the grading, the educating, and planning, but also such as first aid provider or a counselor, therapist, or a safety protocol expert, volunteer coordinators, interior designers.
Which may be one of the reasons Governor DeSantis boasted about record increases to teacher pay last summer, committing an additional $1.25 billion in state money to boost teacher salaries. But even with that, the National Education Association, a teachers union, ranks Florida second to last for teacher pay at an average salary of just over $53,000 a year. That's $16,000 less than the national average, and $7,000 less than the salary of an average Florida worker. Some people say it's not fair to compare annual teacher salaries to that of other workers because teachers have the summers off. Well, we did the math on that. Your teacher in Palm Beach County works 196 days out of the year. That is just about 39 weeks. Meanwhile, your average worker in Florida works 49 weeks when you give them about 3 weeks off for vacation. So when you take the annual salary, divide it by weeks worked, you get this number, which is the average salary per week. And in Florida, that's about $132 more for teachers. And then, of course, a lot of teachers also work other jobs in the summertime.
I've worked in hospitality in the past. I've tutored over the summer privately. I've worked summer school. Now, as a parent, it is harder to work summer jobs. I'm lucky to have a two-income household, but a lot of single-income families, there's lots of single-income teachers.
And Renee says teachers don't have as much free time as you think. Once that summer break begins, there still can be a lot of work to do. There's forced professional development that teachers don't get paid for and sometimes actually have to pay out of their own pocket. Plus, a lot of teachers show up 2 to 3 weeks before the next school year begins to get their classrooms ready and make lesson plans. And once that last school bell ends on the day, oftentimes teachers have a lot more homework than the kids do.
Well after my children are asleep at night, I'm sitting there grading papers, planning.
Where Florida does stack up well with the rest of the country is starting teacher pay. Governor DeSantis has upped starting pay dramatically. It sits at over $47,000 a year, which ranks 16th nationwide, according to the NEA. But for veteran teachers like Renee, who has 21 years in the district, only earning a few $1,000s more than those just coming into the profession feels like a slap in the face. And many experienced educators are walking away.
If you keep having veteran teachers leave in droves, then you're continually having to train new people to fill those spots. So it's really a waste of money and having to continually train people over and over. And there's a wealth of knowledge that when you have someone with a lot of teaching years behind them, when they leave, they don't leave behind their knowledge.
Have you ever thought about leaving?
Many times. But ultimately, it's the same thing that drew me to teaching in the first place is what keeps me there, is that I love what I do. And I can't imagine not walking in there and seeing them every day, because they're the best parts of the job, is the children.
So some numbers here that is good news for our area. Palm Beach County, Indian River County both have some of the highest paid teachers in the state. Palm Beach County right now average teacher pay is over $58,000. That's tops among all major school districts in the state, and actually significantly more than Broward and Dade. Meanwhile, look at how much more Indian River County teachers make compared to St. Lucie County, Martin County, and Okeechobee County teachers. And we know, according to the superintendent David Moore, that IRC has not had that same amount of turnover that some of the local counties have had, and that right there might be a major reason why.